wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ahlan wa sahlan. Hush, I'm dead, and welcome to another episode of Atfaal Youm, Kidz2day. Now, you guys are probably wondering who's behind this mask. What beautiful face is behind this mask? Well, not to worry, let me introduce myself. I'm your host, Ali. Yes, I hope you guys missed me. Well, I certainly missed you guys. We've got a lot planned for you today, and when I mean it, I mean it. Well, first of all, I've got to give you guys a big thank you for all of your lovely feedback. Alhamdulillah, it's great to know that we have children all across Europe watching us. Now, you're probably wondering, what's all of this? What's all of this hat thing? Yeah, well, not to worry, that's a surprise for you. So, you can call in today, later on in the show. We'll be opening our telephone lines. You can email us at info@takbeertv if you want to give us any feedback, or like if you want to come on our show, if you think you've got what it takes to come on our show. You can ring us live today, contact our program producers, or you can just email us at info@takbeertv. We look forward from hearing from you guys. So I'm gonna do a tilawat, and maybe the tilawat will give you a bit of a clue of what our program's about today. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الصفا والمروة من شعائر الله فمن هج البيت أو أعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما ومن تطوع خيرا فإن الله شاكر عليم صدق الله العظيم. So that was the tilawat, and now I'm just going to do the English translation so that you guys out there can understand it. Verily, As-Safa and Al-Marwa, two mountains in Mecca, are of the symbols of Allah. So it is not a sin on him who performs Hajj or Umrah, pilgrimage of the house, the Kaaba at Mecca, to perform the going tawaf between them as Safa and Al-Marwa. And whoever does good voluntarily, then verily Allah is all recognizer, all knower. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:158. So that was Surah Al-Baqarah, and I think you guys must have figured out what we're going to be talking about today. Yes, you guys, we're talking about Hajj, the 5 pillars of Islam. This is the last pillar. So if you can remember, a long time ago, only a couple of weeks ago, I did tell you guys that we're going to be going through the 5 pillars of Islam. The first pillar, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, that's the Shahada. And then the second pillar, Namaz, Salah, which we perform 5 times a day. The third pillar, Zakat. And and the fourth pillar, Ramadan, which we did last week, and today is Hajj. So we've got a lot in store for you guys today about Hajj, and wait, I can hear someone saying Al-Bayt. Wait, who's that? I think that must be someone there. So well, why don't we have Naat then?
अपने माँ बाप का तो दिल न दुखा अपने माँ बाप का तो दिल न दुखा अपनी जन्नत का खुदा के लिए दोज़ख न बना अपने माँ बाप का तो दिल न दुखा बाप के प्यार से अच्छी कोई दौलत क्या है बाप के प्यार से अच्छी कोई दौलत क्या है माँ का आंचल जो सलामत है तो जन्नत क्या है बाप के प्यार से अच्छी कोई दौलत क्या है बाप के प्यार से अच्छी कोई दौलत क्या है माँ का आंचल जो सलामत है तो जन्नत क्या है यही राज़ी तो नबी राज़ी है खुदा यही राज़ी तो नबी राज़ी है खुदा अपने माँ बाप का तू दिल न दुखा अपनी जन्नत का खुदा के लिए दोज़ख न बना अपने माँ बाप का तू दिल न दुखा جب بھی دیکھا تو تجھے پیار سے دیکھا ماں نے، جب بھی دیکھا تو تجھے پیار سے دیکھا ماں نے، خون دل دودھ کی صورت میں پلایا ماں نے، جب بھی دیکھا تو تجھے پیار سے دیکھا ماں نے، خون دل دودھ کی صورت میں پلایا ماں نے، تو نے اس پیار کے بدلے میں اسے کچھ نہ دیا، تو نے اس پیار کے بدلے میں اسے کچھ نہ دیا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، اپنی جنت کا خدا کے لیے دوزخ نہ بنا، ان کی ممتا نے بہر حال سنبھالا تجھ کو، ان کی ممتا نے بہر حال سنبھالا تجھ کو، کس قدر پیار سے ماں باپ نے پالا تجھ کو، ان کی ممتا نے بہر حال سنبھالا تجھ کو، کس قدر پیار سے ماں باپ نے پالا تجھ کو، رحمت مولا سے کچھ کم نہیں سایہ ان کا، رحمت مولا سے کچھ کم نہیں سایہ ان کا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، تیرے ماں باپ نے کس پیار سے پالا تجھ کو، خود رے بھوک دیا منہ کا نوالا تجھ کو، تیرے ماں باپ نے کس پیار سے پالا تجھ کو، خود رے بھوک دیا منہ کا نوالا تجھ کو، ان کی مٹھی میں ہے نادان مقدر تیرا، ان کی مٹھی میں ہے نادان مقدر تیرا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، ان سے اچھی نہیں دیکھی کوئی صورت کیسر، ان سے اچھی نہیں دیکھی کوئی صورت کیسر، ہے سراپا یہ محبت ہی محبت کیسر، ان سے اچھی نہیں دیکھی کوئی صورت کیسر، ہے سراپا یہ محبت ہی محبت کیسر، کام آتی ہے برے وقت میں ان کی ہی دعا، کام آتی ہے برے وقت میں ان کی ہی دعا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، اپنی جنت کا خدا کے لیے دوزخ نہ بنا، اپنے ماں باپ کا تو دل نہ دکھا، دل نہ دکھا، اپنی جنت کا خدا کے لیے دوزخ نہ بنا.
Subhanallah. Wow, I'd like to thank you, brother Noman, and that was beautiful. So we've got a lot planned for you today, and I'd just like to go through a couple of things I've got here on my desk for you guys. So this is some holy special water from Saudi Arabia, which is called Zamzam water, and this is how we bring it back. We just wrap it up in any type of thing, so that's to keep it safe. We've got some special cups and some postcards from Saudi Arabia of the Holy Kaaba, the Prophet ﷺ's holy mosque. So we've been through 4 pillars already, and we're going to go through the 5th pillar of Islam, which is, I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys today. So yeah, we've got a lot planned for you guys today, and first things first, I would just like to say to you guys, really good thank you for all of your lovely feedback. And yeah, so let's go over to the kids then.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Thank you. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Today, as Ali has told you, we're doing the Hajj, the 5th pillar of Islam. And it's the final pillar because it's one of the hardest and it requires very hard work. And today, we're doing something a bit different. Over here, we've got like a floor map with places where we go to in Hajj. And that's Mina where our Hajjis are right now. So today, we're going to show you a short demonstration. And And what these I was saying was Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, which means I am here, Allah. And they say that when they are on their way to Mecca and when they are going to do Hajj. So when you go to do Hajj, there's a criteria. You must be healthy because Hajj requires a lot of hard work. And you must have the money to do Hajj. Otherwise, if you don't have the money, how are you going to pay to go on the plane, bus, ship, whatever, however you're going to reach there? And you must be old enough, because if you're not old enough, when you do it, you still have to go when you're older. So today we're going to do a short demonstration. And it's very hot here because we're in Saudi Arabia. I've got my sunglasses, got my water here. Our Hajjis are wearing flip-flops because they need that, and it's unstitched, so you have to wear unstitched clothing. And let's see what we get up to. Right. Hisamla and Lavisa here are wearing an ihram. That is a two-piece clothing that men wear when they do Hajj. It shows us that we're all equal, and all Hajjis wear this when they go to Hajj, and it's unstitched white fabric. So right now, it's day 1. So let me wait for Namar to get the poster. Right, it's day 1, and they're in Mina right now. And this is a place where they stay for the night. And this is where they first start off with. So then they go to Arafat, and it's going to be day 2. Right, so our Hajjis move over to Arafat, and that is mountain plain area. And this is where they seek forgiveness from Allah and make dua to Him. They make dua that He forgives all of their sins, for all their sins that they haven't prayed, anything like that, but what they have done to Allah. So there's a story about Arafat. Here is when Hawa and Adam were banished from heaven because they ate from the forbidden tree. Allah banished them and sent them to earth. And then after a long, long time, they met up Adam alayhi salam. He came to this mountain area and he made dua to Allah that He forgives him. And that's where he was forgiven, and that's where he found his wife. So that's why all of our Hajjis pray for forgiveness here, and they are always forgiven. It's no doubt about it, they are forgiven. So now it's still day 2, and after Maghrib, our Hajjis move to Muzdalifah, and everyone sleeps here on the floor. Right, it's Muzdalifah. Everyone sleeps here on the floor and under the sky, because everybody is equal. And everybody is equal, so they sleep on the floor. And in the morning, they make lots and lots of dua, and they pick up some pebbles so that, actually, I'll tell you later when we get to the place. Right, let's go to one of our Hajjis. What is around your neck?
It's a purse
And what is it for?
to put the pebbles in.
Right, so our Hajjis have like a purse or something to put their purse in, to put their pebbles in. So after making dua in the morning, it's day 3. Oh, I forgot about the torches, actually. The torches, they all sleep on the floor, and they use torches in the night so they can see. And now it's day 3. And now, in the morning, they've made dua, and they go back to Mina. Come on now, Hajjis, need to go to Mina. Right, here they pelt the shaitan. And why do they pelt the shaitan? Or do they actually pelt the shaitan? Well, this is a place where Hazrat Ibrahim was instructed by Allah to sacrifice his son. And on the way, shaitan came to him to say, don't listen to Allah. But then, so Hazrat Ibrahim a.s., he picked up a stone and threw it at him, and he did this 3 times. That's why our Hajjis also do this. So all of their sins are forgiven. In Muzdalifah, they made dua, and here they were forgiven for all the things that they did to other people. So they're completely, like, sin-free now. So we've told you a lot about Hajj. We've still got some more left. I think we should go back to Ali.
Well, yeah, that's right. Everything that Renisa said there is right, absolutely right. And now the Hajjis will perform a Qurbani. And so why do they perform a Qurbani? Well, now I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and how he had a dream. So he had a dream about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling him to go and to sacrifice his own son, to give a Qurbani. So he took him, he laid his son on the floor, and he was about to sacrifice him. He was saying Allahu Akbar. As he opened his eyes, his son wasn't there. It was a lamb instead. So they sacrificed a lamb instead. So here Allah Ta'ala tested him to see if, because his faith was really strong, so he tested him to see if he would listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or if he wouldn't sacrifice his son. So I just feel like having a story right now for all of you guys out there, for all of you guys. So I'm just going to pick a story. We've got, I don't know, I think we should do the Great Sacrifice. The Great Sacrifice, because that's related to what I'm talking about. So why don't we go ahead? What page number is it? Let's have a look in the storybook. 114. So we're going to have a look at the story of Great Sacrifice. 14. Yep, the Great Sacrifice. One night, the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had a dream. He was ordered by the Lord to sacrifice his son. Allah talks to the prophets, but he does not talk as we talk. When he wants prophets to do something, he shows it to them in a dream. So he shows it to them in a dream. A dream is like an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells them by a dream. So the next day, the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam called Ismail. He said, Ismail, I had a dream last night. Allah wants me to sacrifice you. Ismail was not afraid. He loved Allah very much. He also knew Allah was good. Allah never does anything to harm good people. So here's just a picture. And the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail left Makkah. They went to the valley of Mina. This was the place the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam saw in his dream. Ismail lay down on the ground. He closed his eyes. His father stood next to him. He picked up the knife. He was ready to obey Allah by sacrificing his son. At this moment, the angel Jibreel appeared. Allah sent the angel Jibreel with a ram to be sacrificed instead. In this way, the little Ismail was saved. Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail cried with joy. They thanked Allah, and then the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam sacrificed the ram. Allah loves the Prophet. Allah loves people who listen to him. He loves people who trust in him. He cares for them. Allah was so pleased with the readiness of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam to sacrifice his beloved son that he commanded the believers to observe this day as Eid al-Adha. So that's why we have Eid al-Adha, of the Feast of Sacrifice. So that was the story there, and that's a great moral that we should learn. Basically, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he had a dream, and he was ordered by his Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to sacrifice his son. So he obeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command as he had a dream, and that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala contacted the prophets, by telling them in their dreams. That's how he commanded them. So he obeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he took him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewarded him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was testing his faith and how much he believes in them. So, yeah. They're going to do the Qurbani now, like as we just read the story. But as well as that, the men will shave and the boys will shave all of the hair off, and the woman will only cut 1 inch of their hair to represent the past. The past is gone. Now they're like a newborn baby. So after a wash, Hajis will perform tawaf, a ziyarah, a visit to Allah's house. So I think they're ready now. So they've had their wash and everything, so let's get back to them.
Okay. Right, we're at the Kaaba right now. Well, it's not a real Kaaba, it's fake, and we're not actually in Saudi Arabia. So the first people to build the Kaaba were Hazrat Ibrahim and his son Ismail. And the Kaaba is in the center of the earth, and it's whatever longitude or latitude you look at it from, it's always at the center of the earth. Now, when people go around Hajjis or people who do Umrah go around the Kaaba, it's called Tawaf, and they go around it 7 times. While they're doing it, they ask for forgiveness, they ask for their du'as to be accepted, they ask that, they have a very good life, they live a sin-free life, because right now, they're like newborn babies. They're not exactly teeny tiny babies, literally. It just means that they're free from sins and they've got a very, very clean heart. So it means that the past is the past. So they also do sa'i, and that is actually, Nawal, do you want to tell us the story of sa'i? Come on. Shall I start you off? Okay. Hazrat Ibrahim was instructed by Allah to leave his child Ismail and his wife alone in the desert, and after a long time, after a few hours or something, Hazrat Hajar. After a long time, the baby grew hungry and was thirsty, so his mother ran from Safa and Marwa 7 times looking for water. She was looking, and every time she was looking, she turned towards the Kaaba and prayed and looked at her son. That's where her son was. And while she was doing that, she heard a noise, and the angel was there, and there was like water there. And so Allah sent the angel to get some water, and Allah sent the angel, and water appeared. So that's how the Zamzam came there. So this is like a summary, and this is like a summary of Hajj. It's not the actual Hajj, because we do that in Saudi Arabia. And so all of our Hajjis are sin-free. They've done a very hard work, and they've done a lot of hard work. They've gone from Mina, Muzdalifah, Arafat, and done a lot of dua. I think we should go back to Ali now.
So, well, that's how we do Hajj. We're nearly finished, we're halfway through it. So, basically, they've been to Arafat, where they've asked for forgiveness, and that's one of the most important places in Hajj, because that's where we ask for forgiveness, and if you missed that, then you missed it. You can't do anything about it. So, yeah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives us there. That's the most important place while during Hajj. Everything is important, but this is the most important place. So the Hajjis have performed various acts. They have sought for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness. They've asked for it, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, will forgive them. They have visited Allah's house, and now they may return to their families and newborn children with their sins. And yeah, so why don't we go back to the kids then?
Yep. So after doing Tawaf, the Hajjis, they go back to Mina, and they continue to pelt the Jamrat, which is the shaitan. And earlier, we had a topi on his armor, but we shouldn't actually have a topi, because that's not part of the ihram, because everything should be unstitched. And so it's actually Hajj Mubarak now. They've completed Hajj. They've finished the compulsory thing that they should do, and they are now called Hajjis. Now, I think we should put some garlands around their neck, and we celebrate with mitai and stuff like that. So, Noah, you can put some things around their neck. Hajj Mubarak, everybody. Yay. So they've had very, very hard work, and it's Eid as well. When they were doing Tawaf, we all forgot it was Eid, because all the Hajjis there are doing such hard work that they don't really know it was Eid. All of us here back in whoever isn't in Saudi Arabia, in Makkah, whoever isn't there, they know it's Eid. We're all celebrating with nice clothes, having lots of food, and enjoying ourselves. But in Makkah, all the people are really tired, and they did Qurbani, and they probably had an amazing experience actually, but very hard work. So now they have done Hajj. They're called Hajjis, and they should be very happy with themselves. Shall we go back to Ali now? Back to you.
Okay, then why don't we go back to me, Ollie? Well, they've completed Hajj, and that must have been a very, very tiring journey for anybody who does the Hajj. It's once of a lifetime experience, and yeah, so it's once of a lifetime experience, and it's really, really, really difficult to perform it. Well, for some it's not, but overall it is hard, and you have to be fit enough, regular, healthy-wise. You have to be healthy enough to go to Hajj, and you have to have enough money. I know some of us, we can't afford it. That's why it's not compulsory on everyone. It's not compulsory on the poor, because obviously they can't afford to go on Hajj. So it's not their fault that they can't do Hajj, but we should do Hajj, and it's the fifth pillar of Islam. That's why it's the last pillar of Islam, because we have to go through all the 4 stages before we go on Hajj. So we have to be a Muslim to go on Hajj. Then we have to, that's the first pillar of Islam, the Shahada, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Then it goes on to Salah, namaz. We have to should pray 5 times a day, Salah. And then it goes on to Zakat. We should give 2.5% of our wealth to the poor. And then it goes to Ramadan. We should be fasting. And then it's Hajj. So you should be ready to go on Hajj after you've done all 4 pillars of Islam. So they've asked for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, should have forgiven them. And now they return to their families as newborn baby children. So they're like newborn, fresh children. That's why they cut all their hair. Well, the woman cut only an inch of it, but the men cut all of their hair off to represent that. So, mashallah, alhamdulillah. Sorry, we've got a live caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Who's speaking? What's your name? Hello? Hello, assalamu alaikum. It's alright, unfortunately we lost that call, but not to worry, you can pick up the phone and dial again. We'll be more than happy to hear from you. So you can just ring us again. I will be really happy to hear from you. So yeah, I was talking about the how they've completed Hajj, and yeah, they're ready. So I need to explain to you guys one more thing about just something called sacrifice. When mistakes are made, but so yeah, we do that when we make a mistake while we're doing Hajj. But the one thing we can do dumb. Oh, we've got a call. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Who's speaking?
Anishba.
Anishba. And Anishba.
Years old.
Pardon? Hello.
Old.
Yes, Anishba.
Years old.
Yeah, sure. And where are you calling from, Anishba?
Magdama, you do dua for her, please.
Pardon?
Magdama, you do dua for her, please.
Yeah, we will do a dua for you, hopefully, inshallah. And or not. Okay, we'll do that later. But I'd just like to say to you, you're a regular caller, so we're calling you onto our show. Would you like to come onto our show?
Yes.
Yes. And Anishba, how old are you? 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, because you're a regular caller, so we thought we'd give you a surprise. You can come onto our show, just contact our producers and on the phone, and we'll let you come on our show. So just leave your details with them, and hopefully we'll see you next week or the week after. We'll see you in one of our future shows. So,
I love you, Lock.
pardon?
I love you, Lock.
I love you too. Okay, we all love you. So, okay, thank you for your call. We'll be going to a nut for you then. We've got another call. We're going to a nut later on, but we've got another call. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who's speaking?
Mohammed from Nottingham.
And how old are you, Mohammed?
4.
4, mashallah, Mohammed.
I'm nearly 5.
You're nearly 5?
Yes.
Wow. Well then, pardon?
My birthday coming soon.
Your birthday's coming soon. Well, that's great to know, and mashallah, alhamdulillah, we hope you live long. So, well, what would you like to do for us today? Would you like to read anything?
I want to read anything.
Yeah, would you like to do anything?
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur
Well, well done, Mohammed, and thank you for calling in. Really appreciate that, Mohammed. And
Hajj Mubarak.
pardon?
Hajj Mubarak.
Hajj Mubarak. Oh, thank you very, very much. So yeah, that's what
Love
we.
you.
Pardon? So yeah.
I love you. Bye.
Bye bye. I love you too. Okay. So yeah, we had 2 calls there, and if you want to participate in our show, please don't hesitate. Just pick up the phone and ring in. There's no extra costs. It's a normal UK number. So if you would like to ring in, just call in, take part in our show. And like Anisba there, she was our regular caller, so we had a surprise for her, and we gave her a we've got another call. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hello, assalamu alaikum. You're on live.
Okay.
Who's speaking?
Mansoor.
Hello, Mansoor. How are you doing, Mansoor?
I'm fine.
And Mansoor, would you like to do anything for us today? Take part in our show?
No, I just want to say you're doing a great job. Keep it on.
Okay, thank you very much, Mansoor. Very nice of you to call in and take part in our show. So if you want to take part in our show, please don't hesitate. Just pick up the phone. Oh, we've got another call. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Who is speaking?
Aman.
And where are you calling from?
Rafat.
And how old are you?
5.
5. MashaAllah. So would you like to do anything today? Take part in our show? And how do you think our show is going overall? Hello? Assalamu alaikum. Would you like to do anything for us today?
Good.
Okay, yeah. Would you like to do anything for us today? No.
Reading math.
Yeah. When you're ready, you can start. We'll be more than happy to hear from you.
कभी तो साथ गुम्बद का उजाला हम भी देखेंगे हमें बुलवाएंगे आका मदीना हम भी देखेंगे हमको बुलाना या रसूल अल्लाह हमको बुलाना या हबीब अल्लाह दरक उठेगा ये दिल याद रखना भूल जाएगा तेरे बिस्मिल का इख्तर पर तमाशा हम भी देखेंगे अतब से हाथ बांधे उनके रोजे पर खड़े होंगे सुनहरी गायों का यूं नजारा हम भी देखेंगे हमें बुलवाएंगे आका
Thank you very, very much for your live call and taking part in our show. We really appreciate you guys calling in and taking part in our show. So well, it's time for another nut for Anisba. So this is for you.
Allah mere Allah, 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 Allah mere Allah. Ya ilahi rahm gal likh de meri takdeer mein ya ilahi rahm gal likh de meri takdeer mein ya ilahi rahm gal likh de meri takdeer mein roza khairul bashar likh de meri taqdeer mein roza khairul bashar likh de meri taqdeer mein roza बशर लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह 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 ए मेरे रब शहर मक्का से मदीने का सफर ए मेरे रब शहर मक्का से मदीने का सफर ए मेरे रब शहर मक्का से मदीने का सफर रो आन जाना उम्र भर लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में आना जाना उम्र भर लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में आना जाना उम्र भर लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह 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 गुजरे दिन के तो शब गुजरे मदीने पाक में गुजरे दिन के तो शब गुजरे मदीने पाक में गुजरे दिन के तो शब गुजरे मदीने पाक में रोशनी का ये सफ़र लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में रोशनी का ये सफ़र लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में रोशनी का ये सफ़र लिख दे मेरी तकदीर में अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह अल्लाह मेरे अल्लाह
Subhanallah, what a beautiful night that was. So if you think, I'd just like to thank our brother there. And let's go over to Nawal and Renisa. We're going to go shortly over to them for hadith. And just like to thank both brothers that participated in our show. And that was for you on Nisba's grandmother. So let's go over to hadith, Nawal and Renisa this time.
Yes, today I'm going to do it because Mansoor only had to go last minute. So get well soon, Mansoor. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من هج لله فلم يرفث ولم يفسق رجع كيوم ولدته أمه. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reports that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever performs Hajj for the sake of pleasing Allah and says no word of evil nor commits any evil deed shall return from it as free from sin as the day on which his mother gave birth to him.
عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الحج المبرور ليس له جزاء إلا الجنة متفق عليه. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported that Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Verily there is no reward for a righteous pilgrim except for Jannah. According to some ulama, a Mabrur Hajj is such a pilgrimage during which no evil deed is committed. For this reason, they speak of Hajj Mabrur as a Makbul Hajj. By this they mean such a Hajj wherein the Haji took note of each and every one of the adaba and sahut of Hajj while at the same time avoiding all faults.
So right now we're going to tell you a bit about the Maqam Ibrahim, and that's the footprints of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam which are on the Kaaba. They're in like a dome casing to protect them, and because the Kaaba was built by Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail, Hazrat Ibrahim needed something for him to go taller onto. As the walls grew right taller, he needed something to lift him up. So Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam gave him a rock, and while he was standing, the footprints went there, and that's why they are there. Allah has told us that we should pray 2 rakats there, and all of our du'as are surely accepted there. And there's a Hajar al-Aswad near on the corner of the Kaaba as well, and that is from Jannah. It's a stone that was white as milk, and it became black because of all the sins of our people of the time. And you know, when you kiss it or touch it or anything like that, your sins are forgiven. And it's from Jannah. And there's another story. It's a very famous story, and there's even a surah about it. And it's called the story of the elephants, and the name of the surah is Surah Fil. And this, what happened was, before Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born, a man called Abraha wanted to demolish the Kaaba because he was very, very jealous, and stuff like that shouldn't happen. And so instead, he was very jealous, so he built a church where people could go there instead of going to the Kaaba. But nobody went there. Probably a few people did, but people still went to the Kaaba because that was like a very sacred place, and it still is. And so what he decided to do, and he shouldn't have done this at all, I mean, he got a very great punishment for it. He decided to come to the Kaaba to demolish it on elephants, really big elephants. But Allah didn't let him demolish it. What Allah did, he made birds. Made birds have some like stones in them, and they pelted the elephants, and there was like fire on them. So all of those people died because they wanted to demolish the Kaaba. So he didn't get to do that because Allah punished him very, very badly. And so today we've told you about a Hajj. It wasn't a proper Hajj because we're still here at TAKBEERTV studio. We will go there inshallah one day, and so will you. So there's also like a short Hajj which is called an Umrah. It's a pilgrimage, and that's when people do like a tawaf around the Kaaba, and they run 7 times between Safa and Marwa, and that's what many people go to do like most of the time during the year. So inshallah you'll be going there too one day, and hopefully we've learnt a lot. So Namal, have you been to Umrah?
Yes, I have.
So what was it like? Do you like it?
Yeah, but it's kind of tiring as well.
Yeah, it can be tiring because you're like running, going around the Kaaba 7 times, and it's really, really huge. And it's like you make a lot of dua there that Allah forgives you. You try to kiss the Hajar Aswad if you can. There's a lot of crowds there, so it's sort of best to avoid it because you can like put your hands up like that from far away, and you'll still get the same reward as if you kissed it.
Thanks for your lovely feedback. Talk on Hajj there. Well, it's great to know all of that information. And well, I'd just like to thank everyone who participated in our show today by the calls. Nawal, Renisa, Hisamullah, and the brothers who sang the nuts, and our program producers, our directors, everyone who helps us run this program. It's a big thank you to everyone, especially Uncle Kabir, who did the cameras today, Auntie Fazana, who managed to run our program today. Without all of these people, our program wouldn't be running today. So it's a big thank you. At this point, I'd like to end our program. And so, yeah, hopefully watch us next week, and we'll be back. So, bye-bye. Dafis.